Hi everyone, my name is Kaitlyn. Thank you so much for joining me on your mat to practice today. Today's class is all about opening the heart, so we'll get started in a comfortable cross-legged seated position. So as you find your way into your comfortable seat, maybe fidget around at first, ground down through the sit bones, bring your hands palms face down on your knees and just begin to soften the shoulders, close the eyes. Bringing your awareness to your breath for a moment here. And just notice how you're feeling today. Scanning the body and honoring that throughout your practice. And go ahead and bring the hands together at heart center, pressing the palms into one another. Bow the chin toward the chest and then just set an intention for today's practice. Maybe that intention today is just to allow the heart to be open to endless possibilities. Whatever your intention is, allow it to guide you through this practice today. Slowly bring the hands back down toward the knees. Blink open the eyes. And inhale. We'll start to reach the arms all the way overhead. Bringing the palms to face one another about shoulder width apart, but soften the shoulders. And then slowly start to cactus the arms, open the heart, press the heart forward, taking a slight back bend in your seat. Inhale, arms reach toward the sky. Lengthen. Exhale, come into that back bend, cactus the arms, open the heart. One more time, just like that. Inhale, lengthen through the sides of the body. Moving into the shoulders. Exhale, as you cactus the arms, open the heart. Inhale, reach the palms toward the sky, fingertips lengthen. And exhale, bring the hands down in front of you, and we'll make our way into a tabletop pose. So coming onto hands and knees, we'll stack the shoulders over the wrists, the hips over the knees, legs about hip distance apart, and hands about shoulder width apart. From here, inhale, drop the belly, heart presses forward, lift the chin, lift the gaze, pause for a moment, notice the opening in the heart center. Soften the facial muscles here as you take a few deep breaths. And then slowly start to round the spine, tucking the chin toward the chest, press the ground away from you. Pausing here, noticing the rounding of the back of the body. And then moving between those 2 points, inhale, drop the belly, heart presses forward. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, drop the belly, heart presses forward. Exhale, round. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. Come back to your neutral tabletop position. Start to walk the hands forward, tuck the toes, lift the sit bones up and back, downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, maybe bending into one knee at a time as you arrive in this first downward facing dog. Maybe shifting the hips from side to side, but press down through the palms and the finger pads. And then slowly find stillness in your downward facing dog, melting the heels toward the earth, really lifting the sit bones up and back. From here, we'll inhale, wave the spine all the way forward, shift all the way to plank, shoulders stack over the wrists. Exhale, engage the core as you press back to downward facing dog. Inhale, wave the spine forward all the way to plank pose, shoulders stack over the wrists. Exhale, press it all the way back, downward facing dog. One more time, inhale, wave the spine all the way forward to plank. Exhale, press it back, downward facing dog. From here, start to shift your gaze forward. We'll walk the feet all the way up to the hands at the top of the mat. And as you arrive in this forward fold, maybe allowing a gentle bend in the knees, but allow the upper body to just drape over the legs. Deep breaths here. Grounding down through the soles of the feet. Start to roll all the way up to the top of your mat to stand, bringing your arms down by your side. finding your mountain pose, Tadasana. So reaching through the fingertips, deepening the breath. Inhale, sweep the arms all the way overhead. Palms can press the top. Exhale, cactus the arms. Open the heart. Take a slight back bend. Inhale, arms reach toward the sky. Exhale as you dive all the way forward and down. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, hands to shins or to the sides of the feet. Lift halfway, lengthen through the crown of the head. And exhale as you dive all the way forward and down. Inhale to rise, arms sweep on overhead, palms press at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center. One more just like that. Inhale, arms down, around and up. Lengthen through the sides of the body. Exhale as you cactus the arms, open the heart, take a back bend here. Inhale, arms reach toward the sky. Exhale, dive all the way forward and down. Lead with the heart, take up space as you fold forward. Inhale to lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale to fold forward and down. Inhale to rise, arms sweep on overhead, palms can press at the top. Exhale, hands to heart center and down by your side. Adding on, inhale, arms down, around and up. Exhale, open the heart, cactus the arms, baby back bend. Inhale, arms reach toward the sky. Exhale, dive all the way forward and down. Inhale to lift halfway, lengthen. Exhale, hands toward the earth, step it back to plank pose, moving through a vinyasa, shift forward on the toes. Exhale, down, chaturanga dandasana, elbows back. Inhale, heart presses forward, open the heart to your choice of back bend, either cobra or up dog. And exhale, engage the core as you press it back to downward facing dog. Take 2 deep breaths here. We'll inhale, start to reach the right leg toward the sky, 3-legged dog. Square the hips toward the earth and flex through that right foot. And then slowly start to step the right foot between the hands at the top of your mat. Drop the back knee to the earth. Untuck the back toes and then rise up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Arms reach toward the sky. Drawing the left hip forward, right hip draws back to keep the hips squared toward the front of your mat. Soften the facial muscles, really pressing down through that right foot. And then cactus the arms. Open the heart, take a back bend. Press the heart upward, creating space through the front side of the body. Protecting the low back by gently tucking the tailbone slightly under. Inhale, arms reach toward the sky. Exhale, start to tuck the back toes, lift the back knee, and then reach the fingertips back behind you. Airplane arms in your high crescent lunge. Fire up that core. Deep breaths here. Inhale, arms reach toward the sky. Full high crescent lunge. And exhale as you open up into your warrior 2. So finding a deep bend in that right leg, arms reach out to either side. Soften the facial muscles. Start to flip the palms. Reach the right fingertips forward and then sweep them toward the back of your mat for a reverse warrior. Keeping the heart nice and open here. Bending deeply into that right leg still. Inhale to come out, back into warrior 2, and exhale, windmill the arms down and around. Pivot on the ball of the back foot as you press down through the palms, step it back, vinyasa or right to downward facing dog. Exhaling down through chaturanga. Inhaling to your choice of back bend. Exhaling to press back to downward facing dog. 1 deep breath here. Inhale, left leg sweeps toward the sky, 3-legged dog. Square the hips toward the earth. Exhale, step the left foot all the way up between the hands. Drop the back knee. Untuck the back toes. Rise up, Anjaneyasana. Again, setting yourself up here, finding your alignment. Right hip draws slightly forward. Left hip draws back. Fingertips reach toward the sky as you soften the shoulders. Deep breaths. Slowly cactus the arms, open the heart, press the heart up toward the sky, engaging the core, protecting the low back. Inhale, arms reach back up toward the sky. Exhale, tuck the back toes, lift the back knee. Press the heart forward as your arms sweep back behind you. Airplane the arms in your high lunge. Really pressing through that back heel, engaging that back leg. Inhale, arms reach all the way overhead, full high crescent lunge. And exhale, open up to your warrior two. Pivot the back foot down, arms reach out to either side. Deep bend in that left leg. Flip the palms, start to reach the left fingertips forward and then sweep the left hand all the way toward the back of the room. Right hand comes down by your side. Keep a bend in that front leg, open the heart here. Inhale, come back to your warrior two. Exhale, windmill the arms down and around. Pivot on the ball of the back foot, step it back. Plank, either down dog or vinyasa. Moving at the pace of your own breath. Exhaling down through your chaturanga. Inhaling to up dog or cobra. And exhaling to downward facing dog. 2 deep breaths here. On your next natural inhalation, sweep the right leg toward the sky, 3-legged dog. And exhale, step the foot between the hands at the top of your mat. Rise back up, high crescent lunge, arms reach on overhead. This time, twisting open to the right. Right hand comes behind you, left hand in front. And you can either stay right here and just work with this, or start to bring your right hand down to your left thigh. You can grab a hold of the thigh or just reach the fingertips toward the earth. We're going to open the heart by sliding the left fingertips all the way toward the back of your mat. Heart nice and open. Keeping that bend in the front leg. Inhale here. Exhale to unwind. Come all the way back to center wherever you are. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down to frame the front foot. Step it back to plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg rises. Exhale, step the left foot all the way to the top of the mat. Ground down through the feet. Rise up, high crescent lunge, arms reach on overhead. And then as you open up toward the left, coming into that twist, left arm behind you, right arm in front. Either stay right here or reach the left fingertips toward the earth. Maybe you grab a hold of your thigh. We'll sweep the right arm toward the back of the mat. Heart stays open, deep breaths. Finding your balance here. Breathing wherever you are. Slowly unwind on an exhalation. Come all the way back up. Inhale here. Exhale, hands come down to the earth. Step it back to plank. Exhale, down, chaturanga. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Deep breaths. Inhale, just as we did in the beginning, wave the spine all the way forward to plank. As you exhale, shift forward, lower down, chaturanga to your belly. Untucking the toes. Bring the hands off of the mat. Tenting the fingertips, bring the elbows up toward the sky. Drawing the tops of the feet down to the earth, almost as if you're pressing your toenails into the mat. We'll inhale, press down to lift up the heart. Open the heart, draw the heart forward as you roll the shoulders back. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Inhale, press down to lift up, press down through the fingertips. Exhale, all the way back down, melt back down toward your mat. One more time. Inhale, press down to lift up the heart. Exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Draw the hands in toward the ribs and press it back to child's pose. Soften here for a moment. Slowly slide the hands back in toward the body. And we're going to come up onto our shins. So we'll come into camel pose, a nice heart opener, back bend. And we'll come into this 2 times. And as always, remember to take what feels best in your body today. So take the variation that feels good to you. I'm going to tuck my toes, bring my feet about hip distance apart, as well as my knees, stacking my hips over my knees. For this first variation, bring your hands to your low back, fingertips facing down, and then draw the elbows toward one another so that you're drawing the shoulder blades toward one another and you open the heart. Inhale here, create space and length. Exhale, lean back. Gently open the heart. Hips press forward, but try and keep the hips over the knees. Deep breaths here. You can stay right here. Notice where you are. Next inhalation, gently come all the way back up. Untuck the toes and just pause as you sit on your shins. Hands can come down toward your thighs. Take a few deep breaths here. Connecting back with your breath. And we'll come into camel pose one more time. So you can take that same variation or you can take full camel, which I'll show you in a moment. So we'll come back onto our shins. I'm going to keep my toes tucked. Just helps bring your feet just a little bit closer toward you to make camel a little bit more accessible for you. Feel free to take that first variation. So option 1, bring your hands down toward your low back, fingertips face down. Draw the shoulder blades toward one another, elbows draw toward one another. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, gently press the hips forward as you lean back. Open the heart. Stay right here, or reach one hand down toward the heel, other hand down toward the heel. Keep the heart nice and open. Again, try and keep the hips over the knees. Engaging the core to protect the low back. If you came into this variation, guide one hand back to your low back. Bring the other hand back to your low back. Come all the way back up. We'll all rise back up. Untuck the toes. Drop back into a child's pose. Hands can extend forward. Forehead comes down to the mat. Take 2 deep grounding breaths here. And then slowly slide the hands back in toward the body. You'll swing the feet around toward one side. Just make sure you're toward the front of your mat. Flexing the feet. Maybe gently shake out the legs a little bit. And then finding stillness, keeping the feet nice and flexed, softening the shoulders. Inhale, we'll reach the arms all the way toward the sky. Exhale, start to hinge forward, forward fold. Hands can come to your feet. They can come to your shins. Wherever they are, allow the inhalation to lengthen and the exhalation to gently deepen into your fold. Always taking what feels best for you, finding your variation, and breathing into it. Slowly come all the way back up. Reach the fingertips in front of you and then roll all the way down to your back. I'm trying to move one vertebra at a time. As you arrive all the way down onto your back, we'll draw the knees in toward the chest. Give yourself a nice big hug here. Gently rock a little side to side. This might feel really good on your low back. Maybe drawing circles with your knees in one direction and the other. And then bringing the arms out to a T, gently lower the knees over toward the right side as you shift your gaze over the left shoulder for a supine twist. You can stay right here or bring the right hand on top of that left thigh. Close the eyes. Deepen the breath. Soften into this space. And slowly start to release. Draw the knees back to center. Give yourself a big hug. Reset the spine and the low back. Bring the arms back out to a T. And gently lower them over toward the left as you shift your gaze over the right shoulder. Maybe the left hand comes on top of the right, softening into this space. Notice the breath. Notice the sensations in the body. Slowly drawing the knees back to center. Give yourself a big hug. Wrap the arms around the shins. Bring the forehead toward the knees. And then gently release all the way down to your back. Bring your feet mat distance apart. Arms down by your side. Palms facing up to allow the fingertips to relax. And soften into this space. Allowing yourself to find stillness here, and peacefulness, and an open heart. And you can stay here as long as you'd like. Or gently start to wiggle the fingers and the toes, the wrists and the ankles. Maybe reaching the arms on overhead, bringing the feet together to touch, giving yourself a nice big stretch. And then bringing the knees closer toward the body, rolling over onto one side. Make your way into a fetal posture for just a moment, resting the opposite hand on the earth. Gently use that hand to press you up into a comfortable cross-legged seat. Bringing your hands together at heart center, bowing the chin toward the chest. And take a moment here to reflect on the intention that you set at the very beginning of our practice. Thank yourself for finding time to come and practice today. I thank you so much for joining me. I hope to see you again on your mat. Namaste.